Oh, there's an out here. Oh, on Amazon. This kid's just making his mom a playlist? That seems kind of... But she seems to like it. I'm just reacting to this ad. I will send it... Oh my god. What the fuck is this? 2 ads? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, I heard me. Sorry. I like to make sure. I apologize. Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Crap Live. How is it going on this special Christmas Eve stream? This is gonna be a quicker one. Let me just do the music one more time while I'm talking. We'll switch over. Hello. This will be a quicker one. This will probably be about... I want to be done at... We're not done before midnight. Midnight's the cutoff. So I would like to do everything, but it will be a little looser. On our end. Hold on. What? Oh, sorry. I thought a kid was up, but they're not. I'm confused. Anyway, all right. this is starting out great. What was I gonna say? All right, so yes, it's gonna be a looser stream. I've kind of wanted to do a looser stream for a long time now, so I think it'll be interesting to say the least. It already has been. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Let me get my notes up before we get into it. Hold on, Sophie, are you okay? Okay. All right, everyone, give me 1 second, and we'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. What is this Garrett Castleberry? I mean, do you know? I'll just say no. All right. Back to the show. I think you can hear me. Where are we on this? Yes. This will be and Buster's right next to me. This is going to be interesting. I can already tell you. Yes, I am. Sorry, Gisriel. I delayed it, and then it's a crazy night. Hey, Mary Blartmas, make sure to watch Paul Blart. That is a Christmas movie. Technically, doesn't it take place during Christmas season? I believe it does. Am I wrong about that? I think there are many Christmas scenes, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I got the infamous Welch's grape thing here for the ghost. Thought we'd bring it back. Kind of just sprayed on me. That was nice. That was nice. I didn't get to say hello to everyone, so I'm gonna drink this and do. We'll start over. I do. Well, my kids like Kiss. I don't know who this is, Garrett Casper, but my son really likes Kiss. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Bloxy. Doesn't Paul Blart do? Doesn't that take place in around Christmas time? If memory serves me. Oh, and Cornbread did get this right. I want to say hello to everyone. Sorry, this. Let's do a start over. Let's do a start over. Let's say hello to Icy Coconut, Austin, Nathaniel Fogo, Purple Goop, Cornbread, K Master, Garrett, Castleberry, Sinram, Black Saxwinkle, of course, and anyone else. I saw William Ellman and Blood Tea, Nattenbach 64, Purple Goop. I think I said everyone. There. Hello and welcome. Yes, so how this is going to work, we're going to be done. I hope. We're going to talk about a few things. Some stuff I do think it is worth talking about in terms of like December box office, and I want to do a primer on that. Thank you, Cornbread. The last 5 minutes were candid. And also, I realized how far it's going to be between now and when the next. I guess Paul Blart is right, doesn't it? Can someone back me up on this? When the next stream will be and when the next video will be, and I was like, you know what, this is probably a good idea to just hang out with y'all for a little bit, because I don't. Thank you, Blitty. Is I don't think there'll be a stream. At least the earliest would be the 8th, but I feel there's a possibility it could be the 10th of January. I'm not 100% on what. Hello, Super Curdy dude. Oh, just got back from a screening of Redonda by Louis Benoit. Oh, I love Benoit. I need to do Discreet Charm and Bourgeoisie at some point. That's like a big favorite. My dad was really into it, so I had to get into it. But cheers to you, William Moment. Just because of stuff going on, and I feel like the week after Christmas, New Year's, is not a good movie news week. So anyway, this will take care of some of it, and then I don't think there'll be another video till the 27th. Just because I was looking at things going on, I was like, I just don't. And I'm not going to work on anything for at least 2 days. I probably wouldn't start working on anything until the 26th, and I just don't see that happening. So, anyway, there might be a short tomorrow. Maybe if I can do something, I will see. But there's a good chance this is it for a little bit. I want to bring up a couple things, and then we'll get into it real quick. Those are just the one things I want to talk about. One is rewatch Home Alone 2. Still funny. Only Home Alone I've seen in theaters. I missed the first one, even though it was the right age. Do enjoy it. I very much, at some point, want to make a animation influence on Home Alone video. I'm not sure when that'll happen, but at some point, I would like to do another Home Alone video. I did my the Angels of Filthy Souls thing, and the other thing, and William Ellman sort of told me about this. I've watched older David Letterman before, but he told me about the David Letterman Christmas special, and I watched the one that's like Family Letterman's Christmas special or whatever, and it is really funny. I might post it in the Discord if I can remember, but it's basically, I think it's like Letterman Christmas special, and it's him and a made-up family, and then they all are hanging out, and his like wife sitting behind it who's not his wife, and like, man, I'll tell you, when Letterman in the 80s, when he had the late night show, that was like probably some of the more interesting David Letterman stuff. That was like probably why people liked him so much, because he would always do these kind of like odd and interesting different kind of theme shows and like stuff like that. But that's a really good one. I've been watching it while I wrap presents, and I really enjoy it. And at one point they had the younger son have to go out and cut down the Christmas tree, and he goes out into 80s New York, and it's like this little kid looking all sad. And that just, it's very ridiculous. Like, obviously they're not making a kid do that. It's just really funny. Anyway, check it out. Hello, Zodberg. Hello, at the bus. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, YouTube did sort of mess up the chat. Other things. Oh, normally and it's occurred to me since last week, there would have been a National Film Registry I would be talking about last week. And I was like, wait a minute. Did I miss the National Film Registry list? And there was no National Film Registry list this year. Did anyone else notice that? Like it just didn't happen. So I don't know when it's happening. When it does, I'll go through it on stream. But it didn't happen at the end of this year. It hasn't happened yet. It usually happens before this last stream that happened. So I'm a little disappointed. I like to go like, oh, I should check this out, and it's interesting to think about this. And there wasn't one. So I don't know if that's a Trump thing or like if anyone knows the reason or it like just didn't get publicized enough. But um disappointing. It smells like Christmas. It does smell like Christmas. Oh, hey Dan Bed. How's it going? All right. Okay, thank you, Dan. Yeah, okay. So I was like, because I searched for it, I couldn't find it, but thank you, everyone. Cheers to you. All right, so because the lights are very broken and I did not feel like dealing with that tonight. Every $20 multiple on this little sorry, I like to see it on this little desk here. I will move people over, and I have two I have two Godzillas and two King Kongs. So every $20 multiple you will get, I will show you. I have them all right here. You will get a Godzilla. Hold on, a Godzilla, and he'll be here, and a King, and then a King Kong, and then a Godzilla. So every one, but this is the first one. This is for every $20 multiple you get a Godzilla back there, but not yet, not yet. We'll go over here. He's right here. He's waiting. He's on the list. This is I don't have the lights. I will get new ones. I've kind of looked at, but I haven't. It's Christmas. There's so much. Everything's expensive and all that stuff. So I don't know why they don't. I mean, it's just the Library of Congress, and it's like they usually pick a lot of old stuff. So you could probably pick conservative friendly. Probably not. They do a lot of like, here's a recording uh of some jazz performer in the 30s or something. They do a lot of that, so that might upset the conservatives, I guess. But I don't know. I find it disappointing if we don't keep that up. I'm not sure the reason. I don't know. Maybe I should tweet it. Someone will tell me. All right. Let's just move on and let's get into the few. It's sort of like a few stories and then box office, but they're kind of big stories. Sorry, the thumbnail I think is the first time I've had two avatar, Aang, the last Airbender avatar, and then from Avatar, the James Cameron avatar, which is different. But I was like, you know what? They both have relevant news today, and I think they're both worth talking about. And I also feel like this audience wants that more than they want me to do Mr. Chris Evans. So, which we will also talk about. But anyway, this and everything I do is supported by you, the fans, either through Superchats where you'll get a Godzilla, and I'll make him do the roar. This one can do a roar. Only this one. So, he can do a roar and then other guys. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be, I don't know. This is a different one. This is an annual, as he say. If you, support, okay. I'm supported 100%, or okay, let me start over. The show is supported by the fans, either through Super Chats during the show, and I will do the Welch's Grape Ghost, which, yes, Dan, that is what's going on. And, or through my Patreon, which is all sorts of stuff like a Knock Force commentary that I need to set tonight that comes out, hopefully will come out this weekend, sorry. And postcards, which will also go out before the New Year hits. And more power in the movie review vote. You get access to my public access show. You get all sorts of exclusive stuff, as well as it helps me continue to do what I do. It's an awesome Christmas present for people who like my YouTube channel, or if they don't, you can be like, you're a patron, check it out, and that would be. You'd have to have a lot of faith in me. I don't know if I have that much faith in me, but if you do it, and I'll even write them a message like, hey, Merry Christmas. I hope you like movie reviews and random stuff. It'll be cool. Anyway, But anyway, if you're financially able to do so, it very much helps. It helps me continue to do this, from flyers to keeping the show going and keeping my head above water during Christmas season and all that stuff. Very much helps me continue to do what I do. And very much thank you. And Godzilla and King Kong, thank you as well. Also, there's the Discord, which is run very well by Ryan Walterson, Austin Cornbread, and Zane Powers. They do a wonderful job. I know they're going to do movie watches between this stream and the next stream and all that stuff. You should very much check those out. There's all sorts of cool stuff for all sorts of cool stuff like artist self promo, license playing card things where I still need to post my Argyle cards. Amazing. And all sorts of stuff like that. Oh, John Denver. That's interesting. Okay, John Denver. They're watching the John Denver special on Saturday. Saturday, right? Saturday. It's a wonderful thing, and a Discord I'm very proud of and most active in. I even asked, like, what do you want me to talk about when I do a stream? And then they tell me, and I look into it and all that stuff. So yeah. All right, let's just get into it because something else will go wrong, I'm sure. The John Denver, which I reviewed. I'm not the biggest fan of that one, but I think that would be a good one to talk during because, yeah, this is my Nighthawk shirt, which appeared in a show that I can't remember the name of. All right, so first up, let's talk about the Brainiac was cast, which I noticed didn't get as much publicity as I thought it would, probably because they cast a guy I never, most people hadn't heard of, named Lars Lars Indeker, I think. I saw him on a show called Babylon. Now I gotta look this guy up again. Indiger. He will play Brainiac. Babylon Berlin, sorry, which is sort of about Berlin pre the Nazis and all that, which is a good show. It was on Netflix when we watched it, and he looks familiar to me. I cannot remember a damn thing about him, but it makes sense because they are preferring newer names and discoveries in this rather than big names. I was a little surprised that they didn't go with. I actually thought it was going to be Rainn Wilson, to be honest with you. I don't know if like they're looking at budgets and they're like they don't want to spend a ton because they have this plan and it would cost so much. And so like Nicholas Hoult, I think, was the most expensive cast member in the first Superman. We were like, let's avoid that because, or maybe he was really good. Maybe he's really good. I don't remember that. William Howard said this house was quite a long and colorful history. It was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. It was a setting of satanic rituals, witch burnings, and 5 John Denver Christmas specials. Ugh, John Denver. I wonder if has he done other specials or is it just the Muppets one? I forget if I looked that up. I don't think I ever did. Anyway, cheers to you, William. Oh, Zane Power. So you're saying it should have been The Rock? Absolutely. Absolutely. Cheers to Zane Powers. I love that. Wait, where are we on this? All right, we were past $20, so I want to make sure I'm in the shot. We have Godzilla here. This is the one from the video. Watch, I'll do it. Okay, he does another one too, which I think there's another video. You can just be nice to Izzy, okay, if you're going to be over there. This is an interesting. If you remember that short of the, I think it's both of the. Watch, I'm going to get a copyright claim on Godzilla. I shouldn't have said that. Now I will. That's an interesting way to. Okay, one Godzilla. Next is King Kong. It's either the one that was in all the Cresta stop motion or the one with the robot arm. I had to get the robot arm one, come on. All right, anyway, hey, Will's here. All right. I was a little surprised by that Brainiac casting, but again, like I don't know him super well, and the show I saw him in was in German, first off, and he's a German actor, and all the, oh, hey, Eggplant Man, all that stuff. But we'll see what's going to happen with with that, I don't know. I want to see him in. Uh, I want to see him actually be the character, but James Gunn is very good at casting, so I'm just gonna go. Okay, I don't have much to go on. I've seen a show he was in. Couldn't remember him at all. He wasn't one of the main people. He was sort of like close to it, but I was like, it's been a few years, so I don't know. All right, let's talk about the two big trailers. That would be the Odyssey trailer first. He's also a rapper. I didn't know that. Do I like trains? My kids like trains. Hello, Gary. I mean, they're okay. I ride subway every day. Do you like trains, Garrett, Mr. Guy? So I saw the Odyssey trailer, which finally came out. Um, it's very Christopher Nolan. All the kind of armor looks very much his style. I was surprised how non fantastical it was. Um, Even though the Odyssey is very fantastical, and I know that's sort of his thing. And the real question, and I was thinking about this, is he downplaying the fantasy or is the advertising downplaying the fantasy? I don't. Um, I'm not sure. I hope it is the advertising because I would like to see him get more fantastical and more imaginative, and that's not really Christopher Nolan's thing. You know what I mean? It's like never, same with like, uh, I mean, it looked more fantastical than Troy. Yes, I'm bloody, but I just thought it emphasized the more realistic things. Maybe they don't want to go too crazy with it, but I'm like, I want to see, like, come on, go full auteur, Christopher Nolan. Go all out. None of this, like, I don't, like, it's not even real anyway. So, uh, where was Mario in the Odyssey trailer? A good one. Yeah, where was he? Okay, I lost the energy. That's a first. Cheers to you, Austin. No, I was kind of a little more into it. Matt Damon's really interesting as I think he's a good Homer. Um, or no, is he Homer or is he Odyssey? Whatever he is. Oh, there are large ground. Okay, I would like, but it's also a good sort of. This is a teaser, basically. I mean, that's what we're dealing with a trailer this early. So I do think it is probably gonna be. We're just gonna get some stuff. Oh, Palm Beach. Okay. But it's gonna be interesting how they roll this out. But I like how they're doing it. Unlike the next one, Ulysses. Sorry, the next trailer is gonna talk about. I think they did a good job of setting it up. Usually trailers this earlier, just like setting up the public, be like, look how cool Anne Hathaway looks. Look at Tom Holland. Here's Matt Damon. Here's the kind of thing we're doing. This guy's in the dirt or whatever. You get sort of a monster in that. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure Disney's going to do Homer's Odyssey. 100% there. And I've never been to Florida. But I thought it was a decent trailer. But I am sort of like, I really hope he doesn't downplay the fantastical. I hope he goes into it and does something. That's the Odyssey, but we'll see. It did make me go. Maybe I'll review Jason and the Argonauts because I realize I haven't really reviewed much Harryhausen on here. Maybe that's now's my time. Um, that'll be interesting. Shapes, yeah. I'm curious about it. And also the news today that Warner Brothers like we're not moving Dune 3 away from Avengers Doomsday, which either means Avengers Doomsday is moving and or Dune 3 is moving. But the fact that like that is a suicide move in my mind. I think that's stupid. I mean, I get December box office is different, but I think it's a bad move. So the Avengers Doomsday trailer, or at least the first one, with Mr. Chris Evans returning as Captain America and holding a baby. Now, what we have heard for a long time, the rumor is he's not actually playing Steve Rogers, he's playing a different character. The thing with this teaser is it's literally just he's there and here's a baby, which is fine, but it's sort of a weird teaser. Like if they did like over the course of a day, like you get the you'll get the Captain America one, you get the Thor one, you get the RGJ one, and they come out throughout the day. But having this come out the way it did, and there's nothing else, just feels like a very miscalculation and sort of a thud. And like, I mean, look, I read Marvel comics my whole life. Nobody stays dead in Marvel comics, so I think that's like understandable that he came back. But I don't think this is enough thing to like hold your hat on. Basically, this is not a great trailer. It was sort of a mistake in my mind to do that. I think it you know it like because no one's really that excited. It was really boring. There's nothing for me to attach to other than okay, he's here. But like I think like honestly, had they done like a thing where like every day you get a different one, I wouldn't be as critical. But like how what has it been? Like this came out Friday and this poor AI, this poor Doomsday AI trailer makers jobless. I mean, they did get really hit right before. I did like that their new thing is to just make it really really small. So first you're like, wait, is that? Oh fuck, no, it's not. Of course it's not. I don't know. We'll see what the whole deal is with this, but I wasn't impressed. I think like over the course of what is it like over the course of the holiday season, they're going to release several of them. Fine, but this is like not one you do that with. It's not a great one. I think it's really kind of stupid. So yeah, did I drink the thing? Where? Okay, I keep losing it. It's over here. God damn it. Anyway, cheers to you. Also to me, Godzilla, you watch it because I keep losing it. Where's MF Doom? Have heard no MF Doom so far. There's if look, they already made 3 Iron Man movies with no Ghostface Killer music, which is also already pretty obnoxious. Like one song, come on, come on, and no Iron Man movie, maybe the first one, is better uh, than Supreme Clientele. So are you telling me you think Avengers Doomsday is going to be better than Operation Doomsday or Mad Villainy or Food? I don't think so. So if I was you, I would just play. If it doesn't start with the Doomsday song, I'm going to be very disappointed. Rightfully so. But right now I'm unimpressed. I think like I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't. If it's one per week, I think that's a bit of a. And I've heard the Spider-Man trailer is leaked, but not. I didn't get to see the leaked version. That makes a little more sense to release a teaser because that comes out first. I would kind of just let Spider-Man have this time, and then do your Avengers thing later, or do it better. I just don't. I don't know. Yeah, as Dan said in the chat, it's a whole lot of okay, all right, neat, nifty. Okay. Avatar, The Last Airbender, has was going to go to theaters. There's going to be the movie called Great Move from the Ellison family, who are good at every decision they make. Totally, they're so smart. They've decided they were going to bypass, as Hollywood Reporter says, a theatrical debut in theaters in October 2026 and appear on Paramount Plus as the streamer becomes the exclusive home of all animated content from Avatar Studios. Now, I get in a sense why you would want this. Oh, goodbye, Garrett. Nice to see you. Oh, it froze? I'm sorry about that. It's moving for me. Oh, now it froze. Now, what's going on? Wait, hold on. Okay, everything's freezing. Oh, am I frozen? OBS is frozen. Hold on. Okay. Are we. Hold on. Everything kind of just crapped out. Am I moving? Okay, hold on. Okay, it looks like I am. Let me. Uh. Okay. Am I moving? I'm like just doing silly stuff. Hopefully this will resolve shortly. Yeah, it is a weird. um, it looks like I'm okay on the OBS side. Um, is it still? Oh man, it is like. Um, it's probably because I talked about the Ellisons. It's my fault for doing that. Man, what a weird. Okay, I'm not sure if this is coming back or not. This is embarrassing. I'm gonna play the music again, at least make it a little more interesting. Oh god, man. Okay, is it? Am I moving? It's sort of moving. Okay, looks like we're kind of back. All right. Sorry, I was not getting it on my end that it was unfrozen. But it looks like we're good. Okay, so apologies. With Avatar: The Last Airbender, and this movie, man, that really like crashed the whole thing. Okay, maybe I won't click on links right now. Yeesh. What was I saying? The thing with this is the Ellisons, I'm guessing, are acting like this will help Paramount Plus, which does have some movement, but like SpongeBob got in the top 10 most streamed shows, as I said recently. Um, but the problem is, and as Pan said, and a lot of people said, we just had two pretty big animated action hits with Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. I understand those are anime. Some people say K-pop Demon Hunters as well, but it's just like um I think you could actually make the case that you should release this in theaters now. Had those not been the hits they were in the past year, I'd sort of understand it. Um but I oh, it's out of sync. I don't know how to fix that unfortunately. But um music's still going? No, the music's still, I guess this is before. Anyway. Only because King Kong gets it. Yeah. I think it's a really stupid move because what you could have done is before the movie, have a trailer for your show. You get all the publicity from the movie, which always helps streaming services. Actually, it's been proven time and time again. But like, I think this is another dumb move from them. And like, I'll talk about them right after this with the Paramount offer. But like the reason that Warner Brothers doesn't want to go with Paramount is they don't have a proven track record, and this is the third stupid uh, move that they've fucking made. Like people would show up for. I mean, we haven't seen a trailer for this Aang movie, by the way, but like I do think people would show up and like show up in numbers if you got the publicity behind it. And now they're gonna just sign up for Paramount Plus and dump it as soon as they watched it. And I think they like didn't think about like there'd be like actual momentum behind it um, that we're just not gonna get at this point. So I think it's really just stupid. Like I just don't understand it when you really think about it. Because at first I'm like, oh yeah, they think they'll bring up the streaming numbers, but like when Pan tweeted that thing, I was just like, yeah, Demon Slayer was huge. Chainsaw Man did really well. K-pop Demon Hunters was did really well in theaters and all that stuff. But it's so stupid. I just don't get why you would turn it down. So that was their choice, and they did it. Um, so the Paramount, realized I forgot to talk about Elephant, and I'll talk about that after this Paramount stuff. Um, the Ellison's made another hostile takeover of Oh, you can't? Well, I'm sorry, man. Uh, I hope that gets, maybe hit refresh or something like that, or close your browser. Apologies. YouTube is not working out for me tonight, I guess. Um, Paramount, uh, they keep trying to, sorry, they keep trying to do hostile takers of Warner Brothers. I would open this link. You know what? I'm going to open it. I'm going to open it on my phone because I have this here and this can do it. And then I can just read off my phone. That's what I should have been doing this whole time. What am I doing? Um, Basically, there was a previous hostile takeover. This is a whole new hostile takeover because they got to do this everything. It was a $40 billion guaranteed towards Warner Brothers in cash. But they're really just not taking this well. They're basically, but Warner Brothers is still saying, I believe the thing was like, it is not modifying its recommendation with respect to the Netflix merger agreement, but they will review the amended tender offer with their stockholders and stuff. So they are being nice about it. Should they be? No. Should the Ellisons move on? Yes. Like, I don't know why they keep harping on this. Like, and then they made the thing with The Last Airbender today is another bad decision. And like, if I'm the board of Warner Brothers, I'm not gonna be cool with them taking on because they don't know what they're doing. And this just shows me again. I mean, they haven't really done anything significant that's been a hit yet because they've barely been running it. So I just think it's kind of really, really stupid. And I don't, I don't know. I if I was Warner Brothers, I was like, I guess because of the Trump stuff, people think that they need to be nice to these people, but I just don't see the reason why you do need to be nice to these people. I don't think there's any reason to be. I think it they just make really stupid decisions. So, I don't know. I don't know. And it's also pathetic. Like they keep trying to do the house, and it's almost everyone's like, just sign up with Netflix. It is not going to work out for Paramount, and like Paramount keeps trying, and keeps getting his dad's money involved, and like it's just epically pathetic. Um, no, Will, you're right. They keep. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but so Disney has moved. Where are we on this? Yes, has moved up Gato from June 18th, 2027 to March 5th, 2027. Now, this is considered a confidence move. I'm a little like yes and no with this because Disney moved up a few things, and I'll talk about them and move them around, which is not great for some of them. To me, it's like with Gato, which I think it seems to me like they're putting the original Pixar stuff in more March and then putting the sequel stuff in the summer, which maybe will work depending on how Hoppers does. Maybe it's a better time to organically grow those sort of things. I sort of liked it when Pixar just had one movie and all that. But it has moved up from June 18th to March um, 5th, 2027, which I think could be something. They also moved up Ready or Not 2 to March 27th of this year, which is going to come out on April 10th. And the movie Dog Stars, which goes from March 27th next year to it goes from March 27th in 2026 to August 28th, 2026, which is not a great sign, but it is a Ridley Scott movie with Jacob Elordi, Josh Brolin, Guy Pearce, and Margaret Qualley, and Benedict Wong, which I know is like his big new thing. August 28th is not a good release date to me, but the beginning of September has become a bigger weekend, so that might not be the death nail I thought it was. I also didn't realize Cliffhanger got pushed back to August 28th as well. So maybe August 28th is going to be a big release date now, which is strange. And also on March 5th, 2027, the Thomas Crown Affair, which is not a Disney thing. I just thought I'd mention that because that's the Michael B. Jordan Thomas Crown Affair. And I'm a little interested in that. Not the biggest I like the original Thomas Crown Affair. I never saw the Pierce Brosnan one, which I know people like. But we'll see what's gonna. I'm not sure if that's like, to me that might be a better move for Gatto, because this feels like, that's when what's it Turning Red came out. It seems to be people are a little more open to animation than obviously it works out for Mario when they open in April. So we'll see what the deal is there, but I was surprised by that. Now let's move on. I hope everything's working and everyone can do super chats they want. If they can, we'll bring in. Hopefully, we can get to King Kong, and then another Godzilla. I don't know. But I'm sorry, the stream is so wonky tonight. I need to set up a second that Streamlabs thing. Maybe I don't know. This has been interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna try to open Box Office Mojo, and hopefully that doesn't. Is there like something open somewhere on this computer? No. Okay. So let's talk about this weekend. This past weekend's box office. Sorry if I hope it doesn't feel like I'm going that fast or anything. First off, I want to say one thing about December box office. Yes, there is a cliffhanger remake for the junk. That's what's his name? The director. He did like the Liam Neeson one. That could be interesting. I want to rewatch the original cliffhanger. I remember liking it, and so, but I remember the thing with the opening stunt. The person who did it got $1 million. I remember that. I've never heard of that before since. Will, you were right. I guess you did get a super chat there. It says we got such an exciting year for genre movies approaching. I think 2026 with a Sam Raimi movie, a Gore Verbinski movie, 28 years later, even that Ape Kills a Bunch of Teenagers movie sounds exciting. That I'm a little like tempted. I'm like, ape exploitation. I'm down. It's like, does he get rabies or he's just like snaps? I forget which one. But cheers to you, Will. I'm not sure. I like to have the first movie I review of the year be silly, and I'm like, man, Primate does look silly, but I'll probably still be catching up on Marty Supreme and all that, because I know I want to see SpongeBob with the kids, and maybe I'll get to see Avatar. Avatar is fucking long though. I would, the thing about Avatar before I get into this is I was for real saying on Twitter, and I really do. This is my theory is like, do you remember? You know how like over Christmas break when you're a kid, you just get really into something, or like there's a game you and your friends play like day in and day out, and then school starts and you all forget about it, and then like your cousin is one of them and goes away and gives you a birthday present, and they're like, oh yeah, you love this game, and you're looking at them like, what? Oh, right. Yeah, I do. We did do that. Or like when your grandma gives you Uno and your birthday's 6 months later, and you're like, why would you give me Uno? That's like to me what Avatar really is. It's not that it has no cultural like relevance or whatever people problem is with it. It's just like we get really into it at Christmas, and by Valentine's Day, it was like, what? Oh yeah, yeah, that was cool, and like that's what I think it is. Although I will say, that I think Lord of the Rings was the only thing I've seen. Like the Lord of the Rings was able to do that, and then you still keep watching Lord of the Rings. I think that's one of the few franchises that's able to get out of the December fog. But that's because Lord of the Rings was really good. All right, to talk about the it's Karet Sarah. Okay, yeah, he could nonstop Orphan. I'm with you. I think he could do a good cliffhanger remake. I'm excited. I thought it was coming out in April, and then when I read that article, it was like August. I was down for a cliffhanger in April. I don't know, but whatever. I heard Stallone's not involved at all, but kind of 90s Stallone. Like I've never seen Daylight. That's his other one. But so to talk about December box office, I preface this every December. I know some of you, it's a broken record, but it's worth repeating. December box office is not summer box office, and it's not the rest of the year. It is basically a sprint, and the winner is really not chosen until that weekend, the last weekend, which I guess would be we would be reading about it on January 5th. If it is not then, you really don't know who wins, because the first weekend there's so much distraction and family stuff going on and all that kind of stuff that like not everyone's running out to the theater. And also, like, my kids and I are going to see Spongebob. We didn't go the first weekend because we're like, oh, we'll go this weekend. And a lot of people do that, or they go on a Thursday. And if you look at the daily box office, some of these movies will make like $10 million every day. But if you make $10 million over, 10 days, that's a lot of money. But because, like, people are used to the weekend thing, they go, oh, this movie bombed, when, on January 5th, you're like, holy shit, it made like $200 million. How the fuck did that happen? So, like, just wait it out, because there's some things where, like, I remember, like, the big example I use currently is like that Color Purple remake had a huge Christmas box office day, and everyone's like, this is going to be the hit of Christmas, and then it's just like sunk like a stone after that. So it's more about like the film that can hold for that entire time. So that's like what is going to be like, same with like, well, I'll talk about with SpongeBob and all that stuff. So if you hear anyone like shit on all these movies or didn't make enough or something, that's not the December box office. They don't really know how to read it. They're just like, whatever. So Avatar made 88 or 89 million, actually performed above expectations, so everyone thought it would. It's James Cameron's actually his second biggest opening of all time, adjusted for inflation. It is his third biggest opening of all time, and the other two, his biggest is Avatar 2 and Avatar. Also, apparently, almost all of his movies, I know Dan Murrell talked about it, but I read in other articles, almost all of his movies, the multiple of the opening weekend is pretty severe. Like, he never makes most of the money opening weekend director ever. Like, all of his movies have legs. That's like a James Cameron thing, which was interesting. I didn't realize all of them. I knew Titanic because it was around for that, and the Avatar movies, but they always do very well. And that'll probably do that. It's doing incredibly well in China. It's Disney's second big hit in China after Zootopia, and it made $345 million worldwide, and it is the second biggest debut of the year after Minecraft worldwide. I think with this is Avatar is not, because there was so much hype around Avatar 2 and surprised you could do it. I think a lot of that hype isn't as there with Avatar 3. Although I thought Avatar 2 was better than Avatar 1. But I think the hype isn't as much there initially. I do think like the word of mouth helped. I also think like I noticed like I saw Avatar 2 in high frame rate. When I looked, I couldn't actually find a theater with high frame rate, or not nearly as many. So I'm curious if like the upcharging, this is my own theory, I don't have this backed up, if the various upcharging, not having as many options, actually hurts the movie in a sense. I'm not sure how many upcharges work in the box office, but Will says, not even just genre, but dude, the amount of gonzo auteur we're getting this is actually insane, especially so early in the year, like David Lowery's Mother Mary. Oh, I forgot about that. Promoting movies in advance, like Irichu's Digger. That's a good point. Hello, Super Dusky. I'm sorry you're at work. Thank you very much for that, Will. I guess we've gotten to another universe, or another MonsterVerse thing. Anyway, let me say cheers to you. I do not no. I am hyped. I'm really hyped for that. Alright, I'll give you, since we've done both the, hold on, sorry. Let's put, okay, and I'll do another, we'll just do it from here, this other one. Okay, Izzy and Nolan, let's move Izzy and Nolan over. So if we do another one, we'll get to second Godzilla, and he'll make another noise. I guess that is the Christmas Eve stream thing. All right, the other one after Avatar, the other big thing that people are talking about was, and everything did, the top four all did very well, although we sort of didn't match last year as much, but that's because of like the dating of stuff and how that works, which I was like, maybe like the analytics are flawed in this, to be honest. The film David, this was Angel Studios' biggest debut. The chances of an Alita sequel feels higher. I mean, James Cameron, I feel like they should let him do one. He deserves it. Cheers to you, Infinity War. David, which is Nathaniel Foger's big movie, sorry, which is Angel Studios' big movie, um, that made 22 million. I think it surprised people. I'm not sure with Angel Studios because I know they do a lot of box office shenanigans where like they'll get a church to do it, or they'll be like, oh, buy a ticket for a friend and stuff. I haven't heard them doing that. I'm sure they got the church groups, so I'm not sure if this is like what happened with The Color Purple, or I'm a little unsure if this will hold. It seems like when I go to uh sorry, I'll click on the daily box office here, and when I go to the daily box office, it fell to third, and Zootopia 2 outdid it pretty significantly, which is not great for the SpongeBob of it all. So I'm a little unsure of the deal with this and how they did it. Not saying they can't do it, but I know they do that kind of nonsense. A lot of those religious movies do. So whatever. The Housemaid, which I haven't heard as much about, but it sounds fun. Amanda Seyfried and uh, uh, I forget her name. You know, with the thing and the Sydney Sweeney. Sorry, showing that she still is a movie star. Made 19 million, which is actually really good, especially for that kind of movie, which is more adult and not as family oriented. It's not as a big box office thing. So I think that's actually really good for it. But then we get to SpongeBob: The Search for SquarePants. Now I want to say, as much as we shit on Paramount and the Ellisons, and we should, they suck. This is about expectations, lower end of expectations. It is not a bomb. Also, I sort of just think it's gonna run through Christmas. The problem is with this one is that it's competing with David and Zootopia 2, and I actually think Avatar, and maybe even because Five Nights at Freddy's 2 appeals to younger people, and that's still making $7 million. I think it's going to be harder for the SpongeBob movie, but I'm gonna say this right now. I think it could make about 80, which is the first SpongeBob movie. I think SpongeBob movies do better with um like the biggest one is the second one. And we haven't had a SpongeBob movie in theaters since 20 was that 2014 when the 2015 when the second one came out. So it's been a decade, but I do think it would have been better to not like I don't know. The David movie I don't think anyone saw coming, but I think it screws up SpongeBob Search for SquarePants or SpongeBob 4's chances. Also, like I do think the Plankton movie and the Squirrel movie sort of fuck things up a little. Like there's been too much content on the movie side and all that I just think it's like I don't know. But it's still it's made about what they expected. It had major competition. I can see people, if it makes like, what I was saying with the daily thing, if it makes right now it made 2 million. Okay, maybe being optimistic, but we'll see. I'm not going to give up on this. I'm not giving up on this. The other one I keep hearing about in some box office people don't bring up is Dar to Dar, which continues to be insanely big. Which good for that movie. It's at 10th, but it's only playing in three. So the theater thing gets really crazy because you see thousands of theaters in 8, 9, and 10 here. Hamnet, only 600 theaters, got number 8. Marty Supreme in 6 theaters, 875,000, which is a huge box office thing. I think it was one of the biggest of the century per screen average of 145,000. That's crazy. And then Dar to Dar, which is in 303 theaters in America. But it's kind of interesting. We're seeing people really show up for some of these movies. I'm surprised by Marty Supreme, but I think like a Safdie Brothers, it's only one Safdie, but he made one that looked more like an actual Safdie Brothers movie, while the other one tried Smashing Machine. And it's interesting that it looks like Timmy Chalamet has really become a movie star, he might actually do better. And it was also like, I do think opening limited with these small movies helps drive word of mouth, where opening wide doesn't. And had The Rock and that, maybe we would be talking about something different. I also think like the younger A24 people are very hyped for this movie, so I think that helps. Um, okay, so I'm going to talk about two obits. I don't know Lamar Wilson super well. I know he's a big tech YouTuber. I'll just say RIP to him. I really don't know his work, and I don't want to speak ill of him, but I don't really have anything to say. I'm sorry, I don't know his work at all. But I can talk about James Ransone, who's on The Wire season 2, as well as in It Chapter 2. He was a great actor. He's really great in The Wire season 2. I know The Wire season 2 is sort of a I don't know. Every season of The Wire is good, but I guess 3 and 4 are pretty astounding, and one's really good. But I like the doc workers and everything like that. And I always really like seeing him when he show up and stuff. It's sad that he passed on. I know I'm a little. I didn't look into all the issues with that and like why he died and everything like that. But R.I.P. to him. My one thing, and before we get on, I just won't take a break because I would like to end this on time. We'll talk about Snow Bear. I've seen such crazy things about Nick Reiner and how it's this person's fault. Like Bill Hader could have done this, or Conan could have stopped it. I've had friends back in the day who died, and people like try to blame this person and like, oh, if they should have known. I'm like, it doesn't. You're not, unless they like put a gun to him or something. You're not gonna It's just you're not. It's not healthy to do that. So please, I'm not saying any of you have, but if you see that, just be wary of someone like that, because they're not like unless like I just find it to be very worrisome, that kind of stuff. Um, okay. Oh, we have a super chat from Will said, some kind of irony I find about this recent SpongeBob movie is that the second film released a decade ago was the last theatrical American 2D animated film. Very sad, but interesting. It's the last one. Is that true? I don't know if that the stats on that are true. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Is it really the last theatrical 2D film? Oh, okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. I'd never heard that before. I'm like, I can't think of. I don't have a counter, but cheers to you, Will. R.I.P. Adam to the Woo seemed like a cool guy. Who's Adam the Woo? Am I missing something here? Oh, okay. I don't know this guy either, but R.I.P. to him. He looks nice. Cheers to you, William. Okay, I didn't know that. No. Also, I learned. Oh, we're past the other thing. Okay, we'll put another Godzilla up. Yeah, same powers. I'm with you on that. It's just like not healthy. I know I had like a friend. I don't want to get into the full aspect, but I was not for. Let's see. Okay, sorry, we're being silly right now, and I'm bringing up this. But got another Godzilla. I'll do the roar here. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, Robot Dreams is 2D, but it isn't it by a Mexican director. Oh, Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers. You know, I never saw. I don't know Bob's Burgers as well, and I need to like. I don't know. I know. I just like. I don't have anything against it. I know a bunch of. Oh, the day the Earth blew up. Okay, maybe that one. Oh, the Teen Titans Go movie. Well, it's one of the last ones, and that even had the 2D thing, the 3D thing in it. Anyway, Angel Studio. Don't make Angel Studios count for things. All right. We're gonna do the segment, and then we'll do the questions, and then we'll end this shit. Thank you everybody for showing up and doing this and all that stuff. It'll be. I'll miss you till the next one. All right, so I wanted to talk about so every year. Okay, I want to tell two things with this. Um, before we start the actual segment, every year I try to pick. Not every year, but a lot of years I try to pick um a short animated short film that is on the short list and just review it. And if I'm right, I look like Mr. Smart YouTube person. And if I'm wrong, I still read a short animated film that could use some support. This one maybe not the case, but this guy has a lot of subscribers, way more than me. But I picked it and didn't realize that, so whatever. I'm not trying to be. I really didn't know. However, I'll do one thing better with this. This is directed by Aaron Blaise, who also Blaze Aaron Blaze. Sure, somebody correct me. He directed Brother Bear, the Disney movie. If this short, I'm saying it now, if this short gets nominated, which it can, it's on the short list, that's not crazy. If it gets nominated, I will review Brother Bear before the Oscars. I've never seen Brother Bear. It was 2003. I was doing other stuff. Let's just say that I miss Brother Bear and Bust a Move. Nobody's got me to review Bust a Move. If I do review Bust a Move, it'll say Bust a Move movie review dash dash home on the range. But anyway, I will review Brother Bear. I don't know how much nostalgia you guys have for that. I didn't see it. Isn't it like Joaquin Phoenix, isn't it? That's crazy. Anyway, all right, let's talk about it. So I'm telling you, you can hold me on that. I've never seen Brother Bear. Why not? This will be my Brother Bear time. But I figured, let's do it. I really didn't know who this guy was. But all right, so today I'm going to talk about Snow Bear. This is a animated short film that at the time of recording this is on the Academy Award shortlist for Best Animated Short. It is directed by Aaron Blase, I think. I could have looked up how to say his name and I didn't, and that is on me. He was a Disney animator who did a lot of character work from everyone from. He did the character animation for the Beast. I know for the Beast specifically. I talked about Animal Farm last week, guys. I talked about it last week. I think some people missed last week's because I was getting requests for stuff. Animal Farm was last week. He did character animation. I know for the Beast and several for I guess the Elders in Mulan and a bunch of other stuff. And he was a big Disney animator. And then he directed Brother Bear, and he sort of animates for all sorts of different people and has his own YouTube channel, which has over 1 million subscribers. He does a lot of art lessons and stuff like that. I don't fully know. I only watch this thing, but he's doing very well, and he's a very talented animator. But he does a lot of drawing workshops. He seems like a cool guy. I don't know. But Snow Bear it very much feels like a Disney animator. If I would have guessed, like I originally was watching, I was like, oh man, this guy wishes he was a Disney animator. Then I looked up his credits. So I'm like, no, I think he just is. He animated the Beast, so I think he just is. Anyway, so what this short is about? It's about a bear a polar bear who doesn't have any polar bear friends, and he's going around, kind of bored, and decides to make his own kind of snowman. But instead of a snowman, it is a snow bear, and he keeps posing the snow bear in various different positions throughout. Different positions, so it looks like they're interacting and having fun and stuff like that. And it's really cute, actually. The design's really wonderful. Of course, this guy's really talented. And it goes into kind of loneliness, acceptance, belonging, and also reminded me all the weird snowmen that Calvin used to make in Calvin and Hobbes. Is this as cool as the snowman in Calvin and Hobbes? No, but that's also not the point. So I'm just bringing up a weird thing here. I did think it looked like Brother Bear when I read that after watching the short. Even though I haven't seen Brother Bear, I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's really cute. I am a little surprised. I would show this to my kids. I think you could probably watch this with a lot of different people. I think you could watch this with a lot like kids and like a wide range of audiences. If we played these kind of shorts before mainstream movies, I think people would be into it. I like that there's actually no dialogue at all, and it's so kind of like audience friendly and clear. You almost like don't notice it has no dialogue or anything like that. I was so with it, and I do expect like most of these like bigger short films and stuff to be usually typically weirder than this is. And part of me thought I felt kind of stupid was like, well, it doesn't have to be weird. It just has to be like a good story and stuff. And that's what this is. I do like the whole like even towards the end how uh this the snowmare gets him to finally connect with people. I thought and stuff. I thought was a really nice touch at the end. It's very smart plotted out story that can show it does show about loneliness and our need for connection and our need for hobbies and something to pass the time and having goals and stuff like that, even though it is someone just making a snow bear, which is really nice there. um I do think this is a really nice short. I think Aaron Blaze, let's say, did a very did a very good job with this short. I think he's a really smart animator and a really smart filmmaker and storyteller. If he's able to get a polar bear making a snowman or a snow bear just like building stuff out of snow and make a compelling short out of it, says a lot about a storyteller who's able to do that. It's very well animated. The character design is wonderful. I will actually show this to my kids at some point. And this is also a cool one to have, in the Oscar consideration because usually it's January and things are cold. And I like to watch cartoons like Chili Willy and stuff when it's cold out. It's kind of like reflects, even though I'm not in the Arctic, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I feel a little more closer to stuff like this. And I think like Snow Bear reminds me of stuff. And I think the best thing about, much like Chili Willy, when it's cold, is you don't want to talk a lot because it's too cold to talk. And I like that Chili Willy's silent, the polar bears and Snow Bear are silent. I think it works perfectly. I think you did a good job, and I hope it does actually get nominated. I think it is of the quality to do that. It's available at least when I made this, when I shot this at least. If you can see it, I highly recommend it. I think it's a wonderful little short, and you can watch it with kind of anyone. It's a very universal, awesome thing, and I think you did a great job with Snow Bear. All right, so I wanted to do that one, and I like to do. I'm also like, there's so many things I want to do segment wise. So I'm like, I don't know. I need to get better at doing these looser streams, which is also why I wanted to do this tonight. All right, so this is the end of the show. This is the questions part. If you want to do a super chat, this is the last chance you got to do that. I know, Austin, did you send me something and I missed it? I'm gonna check the Discord. He usually sends me some, and I'm like, did he? Up. I'll read it right now. Okay, Austin said, this is the last. I guess it's the last stream of the year. I didn't think about that. All right. Hey Jim, this is from Austin. Hey, okay, wait. Let me write questions below. Do you really have a decal of Calvin pissing on a snowman in your diesel truck, Super Dusk? Man, those were everywhere. Are those still everywhere? I don't really drive or um in New York. I don't really see them as much. I'm curious. Does anyone see those? All right. I should really do. That should be a daily question. Favorite Calvin and Hobbes bootleg merchandise. Um. Oh, I didn't talk about elephant. How about I'll talk about it with cornbreads? Let me do Austin's and these, and cornbreads. I'll talk about it. Austin. Hey Jim, what a great last movie crap of the year. I want to wish happy holidays and happy 2026. My question for the last show of the year is, what do you think we can improve as a society in 2026? Kind of everything. Maybe just be nicer and in general, if I'm like actually in advice, I'd say like actually read up on what you're talking about and have some sense of intelligence about it. I think that's not a crazy thing to think. Sinram, who I'm not sure is doing this timestamps. He doesn't have to. This is a loose show. If you don't, it's okay. But he's done a great job this year and deserves a special shout out. Cheers to you, Sinram. So I'm gonna take a shot of this. Godzilla also praises you. Oh no. It's all falling apart. Boom. Okay. Let's. This is definitely. All right. Cheers to you, Sinram. Um. Okay. Sinram says, "What's your personal criteria? What's your personal criteria that would qualify as a Christmas film?" My personal criteria, I think it should acknowledge Christmas. I'm not like one of those people. I really kind of dislike the whole Die Hard is a Christmas movie thing because I'm like, can't we just like let certain movies be Christmas movies? I feel like Die Hard gets enough love. Like Die Hard's fine. Die Hard doesn't need Christmas. A lot of these movies need Christmas. I think it just has to acknowledge Christmas in some way. I don't think it. I mean, I was watching a Hallmark movie at the end of one, and I was like, man, this is just a horror movie, but instead of stabby stabs, it's just like huggy hugs. It's, I think Christmas has to be involved. It has to be Christmas themed, and Christmas has to be either part of the setting or something of that nature. It can't just be Christmas is happening and like other shit. There's some exceptions, but to me, like Christmas has to be a major part of the plot. Oh, thank you, Will Nolan said, "Happy holidays, everyone." Uh, uh, uh. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to you. All right. It's very nice of you. All right. I want to try to get everyone right when it's freezing up. That's wonderful. Are we doing this again? Let me get the Patreon questions real quick. Well, not too quick. Rank these Stuckman ads. Gamefly treadmill, BetterHelp, Display, Mint Mobile. I haven't used Mint Mobile. I know people like it, so that gets top. Display, I don't know anyone who has it, but I know I always hear good things about it on the internet, but I think it's all people doing ads. I'm gonna say the treadmill, and I've heard bad things about BetterHelp, so BetterHelp gets the lowest. Nice. That's Merzel Torres. That is a good question. Thank you for that. Nathaniel Fogel, what movie could you imagine releasing as the same time as Avatar 4 in 2029? 2029, X-Men 2. Let's say X-Men 2. Um, Man, it is freezing up today. YouTube's like, how dare you? All right. Cornbread says, question. Obviously, you won't be reviewing The Elephant. Totally fair. But you did say you had gotten the director order wrong. Can you let us know what you thought, who you thought did what? So, you know what I've said before, like anytime, like how everyone thought Edgar Wright came up with the part in Ant-Man where the Cure plays, and we were all wrong about that. So I watched it, and the first part, I'm like, that's Ian. I know that's Ian. That's Ian. He did the first part. I know he did. I would know. I would know it's the first part. Was very wrong. I did get the Over the Garden Wall guy right. I correctly guessed the Over the Garden Wall guy, so I feel good about that. But literally, I I thought it was the reverse, and you'd think out of everybody, I would have gotten that right, and I did not. And then when I watched clips of it, I was like, yeah, that is definitely Pendleton Ward. But the robot I thought looked like Rebecca in the first one. Like the girl robot to me looks like a Rebecca Sugar drawing. So I don't know if she helped. I didn't watch the whole behind the scenes special yet. I kind of want to, but it was I was like, wow. Even you'd think I would know, and I don't, because it does. When I looked, it looks like Pendleton Ward's Midnight Gospel stuff. I should have been smarter about that. But that girl robot really threw me off because I was like, that does still look like Rebecca was involved, but it might just he was using that style. I was wrong there. All right, Zane Powers, how well do you think Brett Ratner's big comeback is going to go, especially with that image of him with Epstein? I didn't know about him and the Epstein files. Uh, so that's interesting. That's interesting. But I feel like Trump will still let him. Maybe Rush Hour 4 will still happen. Well, Super Dusky gave a super chat, says, Merry Christmas, Jim and Godzilla, and Happy New Year's. Monster Truck 2 coming out in 2026. I guess we got to. Wait, no, did we? Where are we on this? I guess we got all of them. We'll put the other King Kong here. And then Godzilla can be here. This is a mess. All right, here's the Super Dusky. Embla question. I was asked to donate to charity for Christmas. Does donating on Patreon count? Absolutely. Absolutely. William Owen question. How would you rank these noir films out of the past? The Odd Man Out, Sunset Boulevard, The Killing Shadow of a Doubt, Double Indemnity. I don't think I've seen Odd Man Out, so that I'm just qualifying. Of them, God, that's. I would probably put Sunset Boulevard first. Double Indemnity. Out of the past, I feel like I need to watch again. The Killing and I'm not a big Shadow of a Doubt fan, but I have seen it a lot. That's hard. There's so many you put it number one. Sunset Boulevard would be one. Maybe Sunset Boulevard, Out of the Past, Double Indemnity, Killing, Shadow of the Doubt. That's a tough one. I could honestly see every one of those being number one. Favorite Christmas gift as of recent? Probably the Operation Doomsday and then my New Mutants t-shirt. I give that to myself. William Moment, if you could delete one Christmas song from existence, what would it be? I'm not the hugest fan of that Mariah Carey thing. It'd be nice to not hear about that as much, maybe. Nathaniel Fogo, favorite theater experience this year? I'm going to be honest. I think it was probably the day. No, it's a three-way. Give you my top three. Would be saying the day the Earth blew up with my kids, seeing Naked Gun, and seeing Chainsaw Man because that audience was like a lot of fun. And Naked Gun, seeing a comedy in theaters was amazing. So that would be, I think, actually Superman with my son was also really good. That was good too. And Dogman was fun. I don't know. I had a bunch of them. Usually it's just someone. Do you consider a lot of your jokes to be dad jokes? I don't think so, but I do. Every dad does dad jokes. MLT, Windows is forcing me to update to Windows 11 and tried it and kept crashing my PC, so I reverted. But they're still forcing me to update. Is this harassment? Absolutely, it's harassment. That's horrible. Um, will we? Oh, this is a super chat from MLT. Will we forget the Ellisons if they greenlight monster trucks too? How wasteful for that question. Might as well greet y'all Merry Christmas. I love it. I love it. Cheers. God, I keep losing this thing. Cheers to you and Blood Tea. YouTube has to tell me how much that is. Every time I'm like, what? I'm glad they do, because I would be lost. Alright, where are we? Zane Powers, don't only beta cucks take no for an answer. If you want to get the pussy, AK words, you gotta assert your alpha male well. If you like Ellison thinks shit like that. The Double Hunter, what would your podcast be about? I am thinking of doing a podcast. I would like to at some point. We'll see. Probably movies, believe it or not. What do you think of Zorak the elephant? That would be an interesting elephant. That is a good special. It is cool that they made, and it's cool to see someone I worked with and know so well do kind of an big auteur, interesting jam animation program is fucking awesome. Permanent question. Sorry about the two elephant questions back to back, but is there any other experimental exercise like the Exquisite Corpse you'd like Adult Swim to make another special around? Oh, I wouldn't mind if they kept doing the Exquisite Corpse thing. Like you pick like those three know each other, right? So why not have three other animators from other eras? Like have JG Quintel, the Gumball people, and the guy who did the I don't know other like just have three different ones or have like Craig McCarrack and Gendy Lauren Faust or something like that. I wouldn't mind it like a rotating thing. I wouldn't also mind like someone animates someone else's thing, something like that. I don't know. Sorry, it's late. Zane Powers, how happy are you to be away from your disgusting No, I will be the Cinnamon is Slayer. Awesome. I don't feel that way. I missed the last couple of weeks. Sorry. Has Iron Lung been discussed? What do you mean Iron Lung? What does that mean? Like in general, Iron Lung? Like I was confused by that. I'm sorry. Um Wessonator. Question. I once saw a pissing Calvin decal from the tale of a fighter jet in a museum that took place in the Gulf War. Does that count? Fuck yeah, it does. That sounds very Gulf War. The first Gulf War. Cheers to you, no time. Not plausible. Would you rather have $10,000 or an elephant? $10,000. I don't want that elephant. Do you think John Denver is still alive? No. Right? Question. Steve Rogers is not as boring as you stated. It's just that they're not as good as letting it go. This is more of a desperate display of keeping their shareholders more so for the fan. I mean, you're probably right. Let me go. Austin said, "Do you think Gary will steal Gods of Egypt for Christmas?" I'm not gonna let him. Cheers to you, Austin. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Same Paris. I mean, if you think about it, 12 Ounce Mouse didn't have any cultural relevance, right? Yeah, but 12 Ounce Mouse is too cool for that. Same Powers, would you rather hang with Steve Rogers or Mr. Rogers? Probably Steve Rogers, to be honest with you. October last year, I asked you about 6 untitled films by major directors. Now they all have names. Christie, A House of Dynamite, One Battle After Another, Odyssey, Digger, and Disclosure Day. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'm done. Are we past another shot? If we're not, everyone's been very nice. We'll do another. Oh god. Okay. We'll do another Godzilla. There we go. Based on the design style alone, I pegged the metal shirt as being Rebecca. It's very similar. I don't know about that one. I don't know about. That doesn't look like Knock Force RPG World to me. It don't look like the singles to me either, to be honest with you. But I sort of get what you're saying. Zane Powers, I mean, if you think about Cleese the fetus as that, no, that's not true at all. Everyone talks about that. I have gotten more Cleese stuff recently, to be honest with you. Do you not believe in charity? I do. I need to do more. I sometimes make sandwiches for the homeless. I need to do that more. I just give them to homeless people, but that's still charity, I guess. We have Christmas movies. We have Christmas songs. We have Christmas visuals. There are so few Christmas video games. I don't even know about that, but yeah, probably. Okay, after Under Austin, I updated my. Okay, sorry. I was just reading. Problem is when you're reading questions, you end up just reading random comments because I'm dumb. Zane Powers, what if the Ellisons hate the new animated Ninja Turtles? Why don't they just make it a tax write-off? They have no souls. They do that. They would do that. What with the elephants? Because the elephant thing, I guess. Could Gary at least steal iRobot from you? I've never seen that. Maybe I should. Are some elephants just jerks? I love that Simpsons joke. Some elephants are just jerks. All right. I think. Oh, next year for your $20 amount, can you have a Shock Jock styled sandboard prepared? I don't know if I do that. I like the lights thing, and I need to figure that out. I will. Don't worry. Anyway, that is it. Hey, we managed to end by midnight, which is I don't know how I did that. All right, let me give a shout out to everyone who did. Are we? God, YouTube, Jesus. Can we? Are you gonna? Oh man, it totally was like me no understandy. Well, I was gonna read them all out. Can I do it in some way? Let's see. Well, let me do it here. Okay, because I have the link. All right, let's do it. This shout out to Bloxy, who Bloxy gives a lot of first super job. Bloxy deserves some respect. William Elman, William Elman. Zane Powers, Austin, Zane Powers, Will, Nathaniel Fogo, William Elman, Super Dusky, Embla T, and Austin. Thank you very much. Oh, and Embla T, thank you for last show you gave a super chat after I had finished. Like the stream I had finished, but the stream was still going live. So shout out to Embla T. Here's a special drink for you for last week. I saw that you did. I apologize for that. All right, I guess it's over. We're done here. Oh, so I missed the start of the stream. My timestamps are estimates based on possible time of 30. Cool, that's fine, man. I'll try to adjust it. If not, we just you still get the credit. I'm not deleting it because you at least did it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Cheers to you, Sidram. I appreciate it. I need to. Ew. I spilled. Now I gotta clean it up. Alright. Let me get a. I don't want it to get sticky. Alright. Thank you all very much. Thank you for that, Sidram. This has been an awesome stream. I'm glad I did it. You guys have a great Christmas. A wonderful time. Hope you enjoyed the Christmas toy, which I didn't mention at all. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope you get some good gifts. I'll see you on the stream in another stream in 2026. But until then, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your support. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. And I will see you all next time. All right. And subscribe.